Today, we are going to finish the last two eggs from the resurrection eggs that will complete the story of Benjamin's box. When I left you yesterday, I realized I had forgotten to tape the pieces up from the eggs. So when we did the spear, here is the spear, and then here is the cloth that Jesus was wrapped in, that Benjamin found. So today we start with the stone. Look at the beautiful illustration from this time period. It says, early the next morning, Benjamin went to the market for his mother. He used to enjoy the crowds in the city, but now they only reminded him of how everyone had turned against Jesus. He shuffled along without looking up. "It's a miracle!" shrieked the girl. Benjamin stopped in his tracks and listened. "Jesus has risen from the dead. The stone's been moved." Benjamin turned and ran from the market and up toward the tomb. Could it possibly be true? Could Jesus have risen from the grave? In his heart, he believed it could be. It must be. He ran even faster. Sure enough, the stone was rolled away. He fell to his knees and thanked God. When he stood, he picked up a sharp piece of broken rock. It must have crumbled from the huge stone. With a joyful heart, he marched back to town. Jesus was alive. In the market, he met a woman who was a friend of Jesus. "I know the good news," he said. "Jesus is alive." "Yes," she smiled. "It's as the prophet said. On the third day, he'll rise. Some of us have even seen him." Benjamin ran home and told his parents. He placed the stone in the box. What a treasure he had now. So here is the 11th egg. Oh, Mrs. Bedard put the thing on upside down. It says, the stone reminds us of the great stone that was rolled in front of Jesus' tomb. And inside the resurrection egg was a heavy stone. Let's see if that'll stay up there. So we are to the last egg. Here's the picture. The illustrations of this book are absolutely beautiful. It says, "He is risen." During the next few days, Benjamin and Eli listened as the disciples shared about how Jesus had appeared to them in various places. Jesus said that all this came to pass just so forgiveness could be preached to all nations, beginning right here in Jerusalem, explained a disciple. He said that since we saw all these things, now we can go out to tell others the good news of his forgiveness. Benjamin smiled. Now he understood that Jesus had forgiven him too, and he wanted to share the good news. He ran home and got his treasure box and went out into the streets and gathered all of his friends. "Inside this box," he explained, "is a great treasure." The children grew closer and listened with excitement. One by one, Benjamin took out each item. He explained how he got it and what it all meant. "And so you see," he said, as he closed the box and looked into their faces, "the treasure is really Jesus." Because of what Jesus did on the cross, we can all be forgiven by God the Father. They all cheered and begged him to tell the story again. And the very last egg is empty. There's nothing inside. The empty egg reminds us of Jesus's resurrection. So you have all 12. I have also given you the cover and the back. You can color them and then put the whole thing together and ask your mom if she'll staple it on the top so you can have it all together as a book of the story of the resurrection. It's told through Benjamin's box. And it uses the resurrection eggs to tell the story. I hope you enjoyed using this to help tell the story, and I hope you'll share your book with your family now that it's complete and remind them of the story, Benjamin's box. Happy Easter.